on Dun and Bradstreet, and the
that
way
is
you
absolutely
talk to them,
true. Let me what you just said, and of course, Michael's been calling for 15 years or so. He's a medical doctor, really smart guy, involved with the Republican Party and stuff. Let me try to break down and expand on what you're saying. It's true that they declared the War Powers Act and brought us under that in 1933. That proclamation's public. That's why they declare an emergency every year in Congress to supersede the Constitution. That's how they tell the congressman, you can do this because of the emergency. But there's still force of will and force of law and force de jure. So they started building with 1913 and then 1933, the full takeover, this illegal beachhead. But it is a fraudulent contract, so we can declare it fraudulent. There was still the old republic, the old constitution, the old rights were still in operation by practice, and possession is 9/10 of the law. And so our refusal to turn in guns, our refusal to register wells, our refusal to register when we have farmers markets, our refusal at the grassroots to not comply, which is now about survival. Not complying with tyranny is obedience to God, to paraphrase George Washington. And so there was a parallel republic still there. For now, 80 years, they've been, or really 100 with the Federal Reserve, they've been dismantling the old republic. Now they're busy cutting down the last pieces. So now we're going to see a real dictatorship of foreign banks pressing in against us. So, Michael, give me your take on that, then I want David Knight's response.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You can still obtain your sovereign status, and I know that's a little hackneyed at this point, but it's true. Even in this corporatized world that we live in. Let me recommend two books. They're real short, and they're just packed with information. They're both put out by the National Liberty Alliance.org. One is called the UCC Connection, subtitle How to Free Yourself from Legal Tyranny, and the other one's called Meet Your Straw Man, and whatever you want to know, subtitle. Both these will tell you how to communicate. Basically, it's through affidavits. Is how you reassert yourself.
Absolutely.
And tell the system who you are.
And it's all real, but so many people do it without properly studying or don't do it right. There's so much bad advice, and the system tends to try to ignore it. But if you do it right, pro se litigants are having better effect. Some of my folks I know are having better effect against the feds with it than with lawyers. And when you get top lawyers, you actually get people that actually do this themselves. I mean, I've seen lawyers stick letters under the courthouse door and refuse to even go in the courtroom. And do things that I heard from the Patriots 20 years ago. So it's absolutely real, and everything's being phased into admiralty law under administrative law. And I've seen in UN documents, court rulings, where they're taking people's land and stuff. They actually declare admiralty and war powers under 1933. So it's just so incredible how many judges and people know all this. And it is a criminal conspiracy. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Michael. David Knight, your take on what he just said.
Yeah, Alex, I understand. I think it's very important for the public to understand that the people in government at all levels take an oath to the Constitution. And so I think we talk about the Constitution because people need to understand, the public needs to understand this disconnect. These people who come in, they are not elected king. They are merely stewards under the Constitution. That's what they're publicly telling everybody, that we're going to be, we're under the Constitution, we're taking an oath to it. That's how they assert their just authority, and many of them believe that they are doing that. We need to point out where they're wrong about that, just like with the Lord of the Rings, the analogy that the king has been replaced by this steward who now wants to keep himself and his progeny permanently entrenched as the king. That's what the Return of the King was about, throwing this guy out who is the unfaithful steward who usurped the authority. People can understand what the caller was just talking about, but first they need to understand that this is an illegitimate government saying they derive their power from the Constitution. We are going to restore the Constitution just as the king was restored in Lord of the Rings. We're going to put the rightful king back.
That's right, and that's we the people under God, not under the state, not under a permanent dictatorship. Because it says Romans 13, well, even if you take the fake extrapolation that modern churches do, like Hitler did, and say submit to government, well, our government is for, of, and by the people. So when you violate the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence, you're violating God's commandments. Now, I don't agree with that twisted extrapolation that that they use with Romans 13, but taking their argument, they're defeated right there. But if you then extrapolate out from that point, They did create a parallel system for themselves to operate in a parallel system of law, going back to basically Roman ship law. Roman commerce law is the globalist duplicate that the British were following that they've kind of segued us onto. And it's actually even older than our law.
Yeah,
it's
I
a form
understand.
of common law, but it's only for people that aren't slaves who are part of the establishment.
I understand, but there's a public document out there, a constitution that lays out how we would like to see the government run. They swear that they have allegiance to it. That's where they say they get their power from it. So we need to hold that up, and we need to say, this is how the Constitution works.
David,
these people are frauds. And so, yeah.
Let's come back and flesh that. What I'm saying is, I understand. I'm saying they a parallel fraud.
Right.
Okay?
Oh, absolutely.
But say they get their authority from the Constitution, so yes, they are under that, even if they want to try to jump back and forth and play games. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
You know about RVs, you've heard about bunkers, but surviving is not recreation, and man wasn't made to live underground. Introducing Survivalist Camps, the ultimate fully functional off-the-grid survival bug-out house that's mobile, well-equipped, and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Go to survivalistcamps.com to learn more. That's survivalistcamps.com, providing your basic needs to survive. Survivalistcamps.com.
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet.
Last year, in the Nevada desert, one family took a stand for freedom. Numanna Food Storage was the first and only company to support the rights of the Bundys. While others stood down, Numanna took donations and provided storable foods to the men at Bunkerville. Founded by patriots who believe in liberty, Numanna Food Storage is GMO-free, great-tasting, and easy to prepare. Food is freedom. Buy Numanna today at PowerPrepper.com. Numanna Food Storage you'll love to eat at PowerPrepper.com.
Harvest Right, the makers of the only in-home freeze dryer, would like to present to you their greenhouses that double as emergency shelters. Their greenhouses simply snap together, no tools needed. As a greenhouse, it will stand for decades. It's incredibly strong, long-lasting, and it can be quickly put up or taken down. It is also ideal when used as an emergency shelter. Learn more about this great greenhouse and the money you can save over the big box store prices at HarvestRight.com. That's HarvestRight.com.
There's a lot of other news that we haven't even gotten to yet. Alex Jones here, back live, coming to you from the road. David Knight is co-hosting with me, doing a great job. They're in Austin, Texas at the Infowars.com News Center. Coming up, top GOPer says it's time to dissolve the ATF, but take the agency and basically put it under the DEA. Careful what you wish for. Also, U.S. sends heavily armored groups to Baltic states to deter Russia. That's AFP. This is escalating very, very quickly. We'll get into the latest with the Iran deal and a bunch of other news that I haven't even gotten to yet. And then At about 40 after the debut of Rex Jones. I mean, you've seen a few of the reports he's done without releasing his name over the years or without showing his face. But I tell you, I was not involved in this production. Rex pretty much directed it with his cousin, my first cousin, Buckley Hammond, who has been working in the offices for 20 years. Actually, Buckley's been working with us since before I ever started InfoWars. He helped me launch it, and then he was gone for 12 years and just came back. But Rex pretty much wrote and directed this. It comes off, it's a really good report. It comes off pretty mainstreamy, though, and very newsy. It shows both sides of it. I wanted to just see what my 12-year-old son would do, and I'd give him an A+. He's a little more timid in the video than he is in person, but he's only 12. I'd be more nervous than he was when I was 12. I mean, he really did this with the camera guys and Buckley. But I'd say 90% of what you're going to see was Rex's own words. I'm pretty proud of him. That's coming up at 40 after. It's much better than the other kid productions you see out there. And I intend for him to make stuff for children and young adults. And if he creates a good core group doing that, I may then start branching out and talking to other Patriot parents and folks out there who've been through kind of the JBS school. Rex has never been to the JBS camps, never even read their publications, but he reads adult PhD level history books. Just it's what he's into more than ever I was. He's going to be a much better version, much better latest adaptation of the InfoWarrior. And I'm very, very proud of him. I'm not pushing him to do it. He has a lot of passion for it. So that's coming up in the next hour. We're going to go to Mark in Oregon and Jason and Robert and Gerald and Rob and others here. Bam, 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 quick comments. Briefly, we are listener supported. We're going to sell out of the Ancient Defense because we're giving a free bottle of that high-quality product when you purchase 2 bottles of the X2 Nascent Iodine and stock up on that. And we are also selling out of that very, very quickly, probably a few days left of that at InfoWarsLife.com. And your purchase does fund the operation in our defense of the unborn, the defense of the Second Amendment. It's very important to support us, and I know you are, so God bless you. And DNA Force, we have low-end stuff that's super high quality, like Ancient Defense, that's $14.95 because the ingredients aren't very expensive, so we can give you a really good price on high-quality organic stuff that's known to boost immunity. But then we've got the super high-end, where it was 150-something bucks. Leading competitors are $300 to $600 for something similar. So this is a Rolls-Royce or Ferrari product at a Ford Explorer price, still high quality. Well, we slashed prices down. First it was 150-something, then to 130-something. It was getting close to selling out. It's a very popular product, one of our best sellers, helps fund the operation. My dad had an idea with Dr. Group to put out something that was just Rolls-Royce level. We did it. It's been very popular. It's now 90, what is it today? 90, because I came up with this last week, 94.47, 30% off the already discounted price to try out a bottle of DNA Force and see what it does for you and the small profit we make, because one ingredient in here is like 50 bucks. One ingredient we added, this is like 50 bucks a bottle. Let me just give you an idea. I mean, this is just the people that manufactured this for us, one of the most fancy, best places in the country, said they've never seen anybody do something like this. I mean, they just said it is over. People go to clinics, basically, rich folks, to get stuff like this for 600 bucks a bottle, okay? Similar things. I mean, I got to buy this stuff from, Japanese Mitsubishi in the U.S. in huge labs. That's just one of the ingredients, $12,000 a kilo. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Get your DNA Force. Try it out. Now, go on, right to your call.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.